Brought to you by SAP. SAP helps companies run like never before. Learn more by visiting us online.
Welcome to Tech at Work. We're going to be chatting to Elia Tsouros, who's the executive for Group Business Enterprise at MTN. Elia, thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you very much for your time, Timi. Thank you.
Well, I would like to first start talking about SMEs. Right. And in terms of cloud, you've seen them leading the way. Is this the sort of trend that we're seeing across the continent, or is it specific to South Africa?
Well, I think the trend around small, medium enterprise, SMEs specifically, is a trend across the African group. As you know, MTN has 24 operations across Africa, and we see a lot of the SMEs as the up-and-coming trend within the continent, and therefore we have gone to market with our cloud services.
Why SMEs? Why not larger organizations?
We deal with the large organizations, but SMEs is a particular area with the growth that we're looking for at this point in time in our maturity stage, and therefore we've gone for SMEs because as soon as we start incubating SMEs at that level, they'll eventually become multinational customers, so we'll have them from incubation right the way through to maturity.
Now let's talk about cost, because it doesn't matter what type of business that you're in, a cost is a very big one. It all comes down to the bottom line. Does it make financial sense to be implementing these sort of technical measures?
Yes, it does. So what a cloud service specifically means is that ultimately as a small business, you don't want to have the hassles of worrying about infrastructure, about worrying about staff costs, technical skill that you may have. So at the end of the day, what we provide is a service end-to-end whereby you pay a monthly fee and we make sure that that service is up and running 24/7, 365, and you can focus on your business going forward. The cost associated with that ultimately becomes an OPEX, an operational cost, and not a capital cost, and that's very attractive for most SMEs.
What about security? I mean, how tight is it when it comes to security? Are businesses feeling secure?
Well, with regards to this particular service, the platform is secure. It's within our infrastructure. We control that infrastructure from an end-to-end perspective. We have failover and redundancy on that infrastructure and state-of-the-art security services that ensure that the customer's data is secure at all times. Ultimately, security is also the responsibility of the end user. We're only as secure as getting the information to your premises. Thereafter, you're responsible for the security on that information.
Now, I want to talk about something that you launched, in terms of it was aimed at SMEs in August in Nigeria. Right. So when you offered this, the market was Nigeria at the time, and you were looking that it would contribute to more than 40% of the country's GDP because it was aimed at that. Right. Is this the type of success that we can expect to see throughout the continent?
Right, I think so. Nigeria is quite specific, as is South Africa at the end of the day. I think Nigeria at the end of the day is our largest operation as we stand at the moment. It's our most successful market, and we have the majority share of that market. We're number one in that market, and I think the growth rates that you see in Nigeria may not necessarily be the same in any other of the MTN operations, but they are close second to that. However, Nigeria is our leading organization, so growth at that level could be specific to Nigeria, but it's not exclusive to Nigeria. We expect that growth in many of our other markets and within our tier 1 operations.
Yeah. How big can this get?
Well, ultimately, the sky's the limit. We're providing more value-added services on top of this particular first launch. We're going to second phase now, where we're adding more ERP-type services that are more attractive to the small organization. So we expect big growth within this particular area, and also, leading on to other products and services that we're launching, like our global MPLS. We expect the growth to be exponential at the end of the day.
Can you break that down for us? Because you talk about your value-added services, and there's some technical words in there that I'm not afraid with. I'm not sure if all of you is. What does that particularly entail if I'm a business coming in and you're telling me about these value-added services?
So the value-added services at the end of the day are a stack of products and services that speak to your business. So for example, when it comes to your email, simple services like email, for example, your calendar, a backing up of your information, your ERP systems, so your financial systems, how you interact with your customers and with your vendors. Those are the value stack that we're looking at. It's a stack of tools that are available to you as a small enterprise in order to enable your business to grow and enable your business to communicate further with your providers and with your customers.